Hey! 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 Roll song! Roll song!
哦，头一人头一次，
Roll song!
老板还一下。
Hey! So a lot of my friends have been asking me how on earth have I lost so much weight recently. And what's interesting is I posted my body transformation on a couple of bodybuilding forums. And when I said I was turning 45 and I did it naturally, some guys said I'm bullshitting and I must be taking TRT, which is basically steroids. Take your body's testosterone level back to that of a young man. And I'm not surprised, because if my transformation continued, it would have looked something like this. But I didn't do it for muscles or looks. That's just a bonus. Although if anybody wants to do it for muscles and looks, go for it. Good for you. I did it for health reasons, because last year I had such bad health I thought I was going to die. I had terrible insomnia. The average person needs 8 hours sleep. With 20% deep sleep, I was getting 5 hours sleep with 3% deep sleep. I was totally stressed out. I was obese. I had stage 2 hypertension. I was depressed. I was on antidepressants. And my short-term memory was so bad that I couldn't remember where I was putting things, which was really scary, because at the time Bruce Willis made the news because he had just developed frontal temporal lobe dementia. And my symptoms basically indicated that within 10 years, I was going to get Alzheimer's disease, which is super young for a guy my age. So I knew I had to make a change to my life and my lifestyle. And it's why I made this YouTube channel, because I want to inspire and influence my friends to get healthier as well. If you're interested, this is what I did. Okay. So I've decided to call these challenges because they will be challenging to everyone. And I know a lot of successful people in their careers, make a lot of money, good status and stuff like that. But some of these people are just really stressing themselves out and making themselves tired to get where they are. And as a result, maybe when they want to de-stress and relax, they're eating way too much crap food and drinking too much. Which is why I say I just changed my focus from wanting to make money to focusing on my happiness and health. See, a lot of people have a lot of energy, a lot of talent, and if they just turn 10% or 20% of their energy, full focus on their health, on their fitness, then they'll have an amazing health. So that's what I challenge you to do, is take 20% of your energy, which is probably low if you're tired and stressed from work, and instead focus just on making your health better. And you know what? You'll actually have more energy, so you can still do your job and you'll feel better every day. But that will require some sacrifices. So challenge 2 is to sleep well. A lot of people scroll on their phones at night, watch TV shows, look at their computer until late at night, and they don't get enough sleep. They don't even get 8 hours sleep, which is required. And your brain needs sleep to heal and regulate all your hormones for your body. So people who lack sleep, they're just causing an unhealthy environment for their bodies. But I know what some people will be thinking. They want to sleep more, but they can't because they're getting insomnia. And so here's a trick. So if you try to sleep, you won't be able to fall asleep because you're giving yourself pressure to sleep. And when you give yourself pressure, you will produce the stress hormone cortisol. And cortisol will cause you to stay awake. And then as you get anxious because you're not falling asleep and you need to go to work next day, you just keep producing more cortisol, and that's how people get insomnia, and they only finally fall asleep when they're absolutely exhausted. So the key to falling asleep is not to try, is to put on headphones or AirPods or whatever you use and listen to either soothe, relaxing music, or to listen to podcasts. Listen to health YouTube videos like this one, and I listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, I listen to Diary of a CEO, and I just listen to interesting stuff on YouTube. That's how I got a lot of my knowledge about fitness and health. And as I listen to it, I just fall asleep. And you know where we get this from? We get it when we're kids. When parents read stories to kids, they all fall asleep. And even old people or us, when we're on the couch watching TV, sometimes we just fall asleep. See, when you're not trying to fall asleep, you will fall asleep. So that's the key. Just listen to stuff and you will fall asleep. Challenge 3. Wake up really early in the morning. I mean, soon after dawn, which is first light, but before sunrise. And then go somewhere where you can watch the sun come out at what is called a low solar angle. So it's the most healthy light of the day, and it will sync your circadian rhythm. And then when I do this, I always make sure I'm touching the ground, because the body builds up a positive charge over time. And the ground will take away that charge and make your body less acidic towards a more neutral pH. And I practice deep breathing, which lowers my cortisol level. I mentioned cortisol, that's a stress hormone, and stress, if it's chronic, if it's like over the whole day, long term, it will kill you. So I breathe in as deep as I can. And I slowly let it out. And letting it out slowly will trigger the parasympathetic nervous system, which relaxes you. And the deep breaths will oxygenate your blood, give you more oxygen to your brain, so you'll wake up more. And you can do this anytime during the day. You can do it even in the office if you're stressed out or you're anxious. You know, you just do it quietly so you don't, make your colleagues uncomfortable. And I do sets of 5, and the total amount is 30 breaths. So try doing that. It's free. Hey, Rosong! Hey, Rosong! Come back! Rosong! Hey! Give me my t-shirt back! Hey! Come back! Hey! 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 Rosong! Rosong! Rosong!
老板还一下。
Hey! Well, such is life. Just when I was chilling and having a good time, the dog that I love stole my sock and put a hole in it. So now I have no sock. Luckily, I had a spare t-shirt. So in life, if you experience bad things, just relax, chill, and carry on. If you could do me a favor though, please subscribe to this channel and like this video, so if I get more subscribers, I can make more content and put in more budget to make better stuff for you. Now let's talk about walking. Now, I know if I tell people to go to the gym, a lot of people who hate exercise are just going to say no. But there's one thing everyone can do, and that is walking, okay? Even old people can walk. So there's no excuse not to walk. Even you have to walk if you don't like exercise. The problem is everyone is walking too little. These days, people are walking maybe 3,000-4,000 steps a day when they should be doing at least 10,000. People are taking the escalator, the elevator, instead of taking stairs. People don't even have to go out to eat anymore. We can just order food online and it comes to our door. So the first thing you want to do, if you want to lose weight, is just to walk. It is very, very simple. Like I said, everyone can do it. In fact, one group of people are very, very good at doing it. You know who? Girlfriends, like my girlfriend. On the weekend, if she goes to the mall, she can walk for 4 hours straight. So don't tell me you can't walk. If you are a female lady watching this, you know what? Take your husband's credit card and go to the mall and you will be able to walk for 3-4 hours straight, I bet you. And another thing you can do, which is even better than walking, is called rucking. Rucking is basically walking but with a backpack. The US, UK militaries all around the world, their soldiers have to ruck. And they carry a lot of stuff. They carry at least 20 kilos. Sometimes on long operations, they carry more than 25 kilos of gear. You don't have to carry so much, but you can carry your water and some additional weight, and that will have increased benefits because it will give you more strain on your body. What a lot of people don't realize is as we get older, we lose bone density and strength. And there are two metrics which are a very good predictor of how old somebody is going to live. One is strength, and one is VO2 max. Strength comes from resistance training. So if you don't like the gym, you can at least put on a backpack with weight in it to make yourself heavier so you have to resist gravity. And I'll tell you why that's important. This old lady in my gym is 74 years old and she is deadlifting 40 kg. Now, a lot of other old ladies who are 74 years old are already struggling to walk and move around. And the reason for the difference is because this old lady has been exercising her entire life. And anyone who is not exercising, starting in their 40s, their aging will progress much quicker than somebody who's exercising. I'm not trying to scare anyone, that is just a fact. So even if you don't like to exercise and you don't like to go to the gym, then walk and try to walk with a backpack. And at first you're not that strong, maybe you can't add much weight. But I tell you what, especially if you lose weight, you'll be able to add more and more weight because guess what? Here, I'm carrying a 6 kg kettlebell plus my water and other stuff, and it comes to about 10 kg. Okay, this is a 6 kg kettlebell. My whole pack is 10 kg. You know what? I've lost more than 10 kg in terms of body weight. So I'm actually walking lighter than I was when I was fat. That's a huge benefit. So I would suggest everyone go and lose weight and then add artificial weight to weigh yourself down and get stronger. As for VO2 max, that's to do with cardio, but we can address that in another video. So now that we know that we can walk and ruck to better health, let's do something even tougher and go to the gym. All right, so for one thing, rather than taking the elevator every time you go somewhere, why don't you take the stairs? Look at this. This is not my bike, but it's somebody else's bike. Why don't you get a bike and ride around town instead of taking public transportation or driving? Let's go down the stairs and burn some calories. Exercise, make sure you warm up first. And you can just do the weight, the exercise you're doing, but do a light weight. Until you're fully warmed up and add the weight each set as you're working out. You don't have to do this heavy, but this is my personal journey. When I started working out again, I was doing 100 kilos for 5 reps. Let's see how many reps I can do at 160 now. Easy. Now, if the gym is truly intimidating for you, you don't have to go to the gym. You can actually even do exercises just using your body weight at home or somewhere else out in the park. So here's some interesting exercises. Push-ups for upper body. If you are unable to do a proper push-up, then I suggest rather than getting on your knees, is to go against the wall or something higher to make it easier. And as you get stronger, then you can lower the height to make it more challenging. And then as you get stronger and stronger, you'll be able to go down to ground level. And then in terms of lower body, a good exercise would be, say, the squat. So squat, your legs should be shoulder width with your toes pointing slightly at 45, almost to 45 degrees. And then you break at the hips, go back, and then go down to the bottom, and then back up. Stand up, down, up, down. And that will train your lower body and upper body. And if you are intimidated by the gym, then go and hire a trainer. Invest in yourself. Okay, the last thing I do at the gym, which people who don't exercise will definitely do not want to try out, but once you've gone into the routine of exercise, then definitely give it a go, is HIIT, which stands for High Intensity Interval Training. And basically what you want to do is do a variety of exercises, or even one exercise, such as sprinting, or I sometimes do rowing. And you get your heart rate to 85 to 90% of your maximum heart rate. Your maximum heart rate is 220 minus your age. So for somebody like me, 44 years old, then it's 220 minus 44, and then I try to get to 90% of that heart rate. And that's my goal target heart rate. And to do that, what you basically do, because it's impossible to do a high intensity non-stop, that's why it's called interval. So you might do, an example would be, say, burpees. You do 10 burpees in a minute, and if you finish before the minute is over, then the remaining time is your rest time. So if you do 10 burpees in 30 seconds, then you rest 30 seconds, and then you do another 10 burpees the next minute. If it takes you 40 seconds to do 10 burpees, then you rest 20 seconds, and then you repeat against the next minute. And for those who don't know what a burpee is, basically you put your hand down onto the ground, jump back, down onto the ground, back up like a push-up, and you do a jump, okay? Or you can do another exercise, which is a variation of what I said before in terms of squatting. So you do a jump squat. So you squat down, and then you jump. Squat down, you jump. Squat down, and you jump. So maybe you want to do 15 squat jumps, 20 squat jumps per minute, and then the time left over is your rest time, and then you move on to the next set of squat jumps. Now that will get your heart rate very, very high, very, very fast. It will be very uncomfortable. Some people will want to, if they're pushing hard enough, will want to throw up, but I think that's for people who are very experienced in terms of exercise. So if you want to try that out, there are big benefits to HIIT. It will boost your human growth hormones, and it will boost something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which will help repair your brain. Okay, I am not a neuroscientist, but if you Google it, then you will learn more about it. And HIIT is one of the things that will boost BDNF. So this is basically my general routine in terms of lifestyle and training. Obviously, another big part of weight loss is diet, and I will make another video to address that.